All right, what's going on, everyone, and everyone checking out? This is Bergio, and we're going to be presenting our pitch deck for our company, which is a technology and holding company that acquires, grows, and scales e-commerce companies, and we specialize in the jewelry niche. So my name is Jonathan Foltz. I'm the president of one of the arms. I deal with a lot of the technology stuff, and I have here with me Bergio himself. Berg, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Bergio. I am a third generation jeweler that my family started in this business 1930s. And in 2008, I decided to take my company public. We went public on the OTC market. And we in a direction to make to create Bergio as a technology company. And last year, we acquired 51% of a B2B business. No, it's a B2C.
Yeah, so B2B and B2C. So what we did is we ended up acquiring Aphrodite's was acquired in February, and then Gear Bubble was acquired
in July of 2021. And so we by acquiring B2C and B2B and B2C, we have cornered the market in a way that we are servicing sellers and we're servicing direct to consumer. So we are, and also we acquired 50% ownership in a factory in Armenia that made us 100% vertically integrated, which helps the bottom line in many ways, and also helps us to control our production, our designs, and the integrity of all the brands. We are looking for a great growth this year. We have expanded in Amazon, Etsy, and many other platforms. And we're looking to have 2022 to be the leap year to grow. And we're looking at $27 million in revenue. And we're looking at a 12% EBITDA bottom line, around $3.3 million. This is very achievable now that we have B2B is Gear Bubble, which has close to 1,000 sellers. We are huge in Vietnam. We have a lot of sellers in Vietnam and all over the world. And the B2C, which is a brand, Aphrodite's, which ran by Jonathan Foltz, which is on the call. It's direct to consumer worldwide. We sell all over the world, United States, Canada. We sell UK, Australia, all over the world. And again, it is a shit, man.
And by the way, so what we're gonna do with Aphrodite's, just to show you the type of growth that we've had, we've now entered into the Amazon field, also Etsy, which I will go through in the rest of my presentation. I will show you guys basically where we're headed and how fast that growth has been. Because we're used to scaling companies. So the reason that Berg and myself came together is that he has the old jewelry experience, right? So not only did he have a public company, very good businessman, but I knew the technology and the marketing side. So it was a perfect fit for us to get acquired and start basically a company that's going to be able to now buy, acquire, scale companies more in the jewelry niche. We're not going to say we're only going to do jewelry companies, but right now we very much specialize in it. And having this marriage come together has brought something together great, because now we have like a lot of forces coming together as one. So not only do we have like a couple stores in New Jersey, so we're doing the physical, which is part of Bergio, but we have the direct to consumer, D2C and B2C. So that's Aphrodite's that does more low hanging fruit. So our audience is gigantic and we do a lot of sentimental stuff. And then Gear Bubble allows people to be able to sell through the platform. So what we do is we plug into Amazon, Etsy, Shopify, and allow people to sell products without even having them, which is the model that's called print on demand. So print on demand model has really taken off the last few years and is actually starting to compete with some of these big competitors, because they don't have to do all that extra work, have inventory, and we do all of that for them. Okay, so Berg, you want to talk about maybe the gross margins a little bit, and then we'll go to the next slide?
Well, yeah, due to the fact that we are vertically integrated, our gross margins are amazing. We have improved the gross margin of Aphrodite since we took over by about 20 points. We are about 85% gross margin on Aphrodite right now, which is it's unheard of. And also the B2B with Gear Bubble, their margins went up by about 18 points. So it's us being vertically integrated gives us control over the production, over the manufacturing, and also over the delivery time, which is very important, because as we scale for the holidays, we need the fast turnaround of the manufacturing to fulfill our orders. That's very, very important.
And another important fact too is that, you know, we were just the majority of people that are in the space that we do get stuff from China. So luckily for us, Berg is dealing abroad, so we don't have to only depend on China now. So that's like a very important note to put in there, because, you know, as we know, and things become a little bit more potentially unstable, you want to be able to have product coming in. So we have from not just China, but now we have where's our factories at?
In Armenia, in Armenia and Istanbul, and we have an advantage also, Jonathan, is because Armenia has a favorite nation that we don't get charged with duty. So that is it. Also, it's an advantage that we have.
So the prices that we're getting compared to everyone like in the space is just unheard of. So we have a far advantage because of the connections that Berg has, and then, you know, the connections that I have with like the new world of e-commerce and technology. So
yeah. So the marriage was amazing. The marriage came together. It's the old school mentality business into the new technology with Jonathan, and all together came together into a beautiful marriage that creating a place in the space itself. And now the people are start feeling what we have created, and this year will be the leap year for us that we will reach where our goal is.
Yeah, and so I'll add here. So one of the reasons that we believe that this was going to be so good is because we were looking to dominate, you know, the online jewelry space. You know, so there was times that Aphrodite's was literally competing with some of the largest companies in the world. We did about in 2020, which slides will come up. We did about almost 11,000 units sold in a day. Okay, and scaled up to that with running out of 75% of our merchandise. So we were literally competing with multi-billion-dollar companies on the internet. You know, and during the pandemic and things that happened, we actually did much better, which I'll later show. So bringing together the expertise, you know, the connections from Berg's side, and all the things that we do in the marketing and the technology space, you know, we're going to be very much in tune to have very fast growth and do it in a very good way together with higher profit margins. So it's pretty exciting to do that and get these companies together. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, last year, we were able to achieve in a short period reporting, not a full year reporting of Aphrodite's, not a full year reporting of Gear Bubble. We were able to achieve $11 million in revenue, which is a great number. And the EBITDA number was positive. So this what we did in a short period, in 6 months, we took a Bergio International that was doing $600,000 of revenue up to $11 million last year. I will be close to $25 million this year. We got as I said before, Jonathan is the president of Aphrodite's, and we got also Brandon Shelton, the president of Gear Bubble. He with deep knowledge in the marketing space. Brandon brings in a lot of knowledge into the space too. Yeah. And so that's where we are right now.
So these,
and now
so these we're going to go through, and Berg, if you want, you could give a little short iteration. So these are just the team that we have. Like when you compile the team together of what we've brought together, we used to call it a mastermind of people that have done really big stuff, really great stuff, have a lot of experience. A lot of us have had acquisitions happen and everything like that. So bringing this team together is almost like a power team. But go ahead, Berg, and just let's get.
Yeah, I mean, in a matter of, like I said, Jonathan, in a matter of short period, we have increased our valuation from $5 million to $75 million in a matter of 1 year. And also what I bring on the table is the great collaboration that I have, my contacts in the government of Armenia and many Fortune 500 companies like the Neiman Marcus, Walmart, and Sam's Club. And also I work close with the global brand like Catherine Zeta-Jones and the top ballerina in the world, Anastasia Vorochkova out of Russia. And I was featured in many important magazines, Forbes, Wall Street, I mean, the Billion Success and many other business magazine and industry magazine. I'm always featured there monthly, actually, because what we've done is we have shaken the industry, and everybody's looking at Bergio right now. What has he done? Because there's nobody on the tech side, in the jewelry industry, in the fashion industry, doing what I'm doing. So right now things are coming together and it's working out, I mean, amazingly.
Yeah. Perfect.
Go ahead, Jonathan. It's yours.
I'll give you guys mine. So, just for perspective, I've had 30 different companies, already had 3 exits, and I built $4 million brands in the last like 4 years in different segments. So I have a lot of experience. We had a marketing agency that basically worked with the most high level Fortune 500 companies like Coca-Cola, Audi, Nokia, also worked in intelligence and for high-level politicians. So I've had a lot of my eyes on data and what's actually going to happen in the future. And then obviously I specialize in technology, blockchain, and e-commerce. Those are like the main ones. And I've been accountable for over $100 million done online. And, we're going to be having these numbers go up a lot higher than that. So Brandon, if you want me to tell about Brandon, so Brandon,
yeah, go ahead, Jonathan. You can talk.
Yeah, Brandon, the president of Gear Bubble, which I'm super excited, to be working with him. That he basically had, he does a lot of digital education. So he was basically running another company, which he ended up having acquired, and he helped Click Magic basically go from a customer base of 300 to over 10,000, and these are reoccurring payments. So anybody that is very in tune with reoccurring payments, getting to 10,000 users is not a small feat, so he's been able to do that. And he's very much in tune with running a business and being able to have these digital courses that have done very well, including a $2.4 million and a $1.1 million launch just with the educational stuff. And let alone Gear Bubble has done over, I believe now like 135, $140 million in
140.
total, 140 total revenue. Okay, so this is Umair Hadid. He's also on the Aphrodite side, but he also helps Bergio in totality. So he actually was one of the guys at one of the most prestigious marketing agencies in the world, which was Off-Road Studios. And he helped them grow from a very small company to a company of over 80 people, working also with some of the biggest brands in the world like Samsung, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Huawei. And he also helped us build a lot of the different companies in our portfolio. So he basically helps us run the team. And we also get to have a super high level team at very low rates because they're actually in Pakistan. But these people, a lot of these guys are better than people you can find here in the United States. So he's an amazing individual on our team. If you want to talk about Melissa, just quickly.
Well, Melissa, she's our CFO on Aphrodite's side, but she helps on Bergio's side. And I mean, she is very, very much qualified. She's a CPA entrepreneur and she used to own a business, but now she joined with us, and she runs our financial situation. She ran over a $250 million public service company, so she's very qualified, and she's out of Canada, and so she's one of our pillars in Bergio and Aphrodite's.
Oh. And
Ken came in with the Gear Bubble deal. Another amazing guy that with him and Melissa, we have full control of our finances. We have amazing data comes in every day of profit and loss, our balance sheet, and also our cost of products sold. So they're doing a great job. They're together. They share the CFO, but he took the side of Gear Bubble. He's the CFO of Gear Bubble, but they work together with Bergio on the top. So when we do reporting, they come together and they prepare the financials for our CFO to present to the SEC.
Yeah. And
Don, I'm going to leave it up to you. You know him well.
Yeah. So Don was actually the founder of Gear Bubble and everything like that. So also a friend of mine, an amazing individual he's also known as one of the guys that has just helped so many countless people learn how to make money online. He was actually one of the guys that forged ahead and helped create, the print on demand industry, heavily very much into like Facebook ads, like back in the early days and everything like that. So he currently now advises us and helps us with a lot of the education launches, growth, partnerships. So he's a very crucial component that is going to help us also push things in the other way now together with Brandon. Okay. All right. So do you want to talk about the two?
I want to go back a little bit. If you look at our team, we have a very solid team, and this is a very unique team that it's not collected like this in the jewelry industry. Okay, in the jewelry space, we cover every aspect of the space, and we have full control of moving forward. My philosophy is really I would like to be number one, number two in this space, and we're heading that way right now. The way things are going. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Perfect. All right. So if you see here, what we did is we created a chart. Aphrodite's was acquired. You'll see here in the orange, and you'll see blue over here. So Aphrodite's was acquired at the end of February. And then basically we have in July, Gear Bubble came on board. Okay, so before this, Bergio was doing about like 600,000. We did about $11 million last year, and that doesn't include the whole entire year as a whole. So this year is where we're gearing up. We've finally done all the integrations, all the hard work. Everything that needed to be done has been done, and we're doing much better now. We're getting these outside platforms working, which I'm going to show you guys a little bit more about right now. Okay, so Gear Bubble was acquired at that time. If you go through their whole year, last year they did $9.8 million. Okay, and then you can see basically they amped it up. This is the time see right here, it's pretty funny, around the acquisition time, and so much time was taken there. So the low revenue, and then they amped up from there. Okay, so they're really ready to go to the next level. Aphrodite's also very much similar here. We had the acquisition happen in February. And then we had, if you guys are wondering why there was a little bit of a slowdown, iOS changes came into play, and now we've completely redone like all the data sets. So we've gotten past it, while a lot of companies actually failed because of these iOS changes that happened through Facebook. So that's completely done, and now we're bringing outside platforms. So we've been doing phenomenally ever since then. Okay, so we've added to Aphrodite's side, we've added 3 different platforms, which I'm going to talk about. And the one that's very exciting, and any good investor knows, because Amazon companies are being acquired like crazy. A lot of people are investing in the space, and there's some companies, all they do is just acquire them because of the fast growth that's happening. So, we just started doing Amazon in August of 2001. And ever since then, ever since Etsy started in May, August last year, we did Amazon, and September, we were really doing Walmart. We've already done over $750,000. Okay. And we haven't even gotten started. Like, we literally just doubled our team on Amazon, literally just about less than a month ago. And things are starting to really kick into gear because we did pretty well, and I'll show you the numbers. Okay, so so we started in August, we did 20K, which is also pretty good for a company that only has a couple products online. And we went all the way up to $212,000. Okay, the growth was so explosive and was so fast with only 2-3 products that we actually ran out of product. Okay, so what was crazy about that is that we could have probably done, I would say, another $300,000-$400,000 if we had sufficient product. And because we were so new, they don't let you send as much profit. Now that we have this headway, we're going to be super prepared both for Mother's Day and a gigantic Q4 coming up, because that was only 2-3 products. Imagine now we just got on 30 products, and we plan on actually having 100 to 125 products, like fully accessible and actually in Amazon as Amazon FBA, for us to be able to scale that out. So these numbers should be going up tremendously, and we're very excited about Amazon within itself. It's been really good so far. Okay, so same thing that I was just saying right here about, we just did 30 products, and then by the end of the year, we're gonna do about 100, and we do plan on doing a little bit more. We've doubled our team, and we're gonna triple our team before Q4 on the Amazon side. We expected about 30% of the revenue of the company. It may actually end up looking like 35-40% if we continue to scale the way that we've been doing. Okay, Etsy was another great one. As you see, same thing happens here during Christmas. So we started very slow, and as we got the momentum, it started to kick into gear. Our big sales days are obviously in the Q4 time, and then obviously Mother's Day that is coming up soon. Okay, Walmart also, we hardly did anything in September, and it basically exploded in December, and it's starting to gain some momentum, and we're an accepted seller and a premium seller on Walmart now, and we're now starting to add more products because it's very similar to how Amazon is. Okay, just to give you guys perspective of like, what we're capable of, okay, and then how we're injecting these type of mentalities both into the Bergio brand itself for the high-end jewelry and into Gear Bubble, because this is our expertise and we've helped countless companies do this. During the pandemic, we did $3.2 million in a 16-day span, including the top day, almost $400,000. So this is where we were competing with some of the biggest companies in the world. We did about over 11,000 units in a single day, and we could have done much more if we didn't run out of 75% of our inventory. Okay, now this is the part that we're very excited about. I know Berg is very excited about this one, getting into this space now that he's learning more about it. But we plan on doing something that the jewelry space has never done before, okay? And it hasn't been done, and other industries are exploding. So it's NFTs, okay? For those of you that don't know what NFTs are, is non-fungible tokens. The biggest brands in the world are now all going in this direction and getting such fast, immediate results. It almost sounds fake, which I'm going to show you some proof on the other side. Okay, so we are going to launch the very first NFT launch for very high-end jewelry from $50,000 all the way up to $450,000, so that this can be put on the blockchain, which means that anyone and everyone can see it, and it's going to be used as a certificate of authenticity. We're also working with some technology currently to be able to do something for physical products, and it's a physical product tangible protocol that we will be creating. No one else in the world currently has this yet, to be able to sell products attached with NFTs, so you can have certificate of authenticity. You can actually do royalties. You know, we just spoke with a gentleman that has helped multi-billion-dollar brands, and he said the most exciting thing, Berg knows him, Bernd Ullman, that he's helped people go into multi-billion. He said the most exciting thing, and the thing that he's working on right now more than anything, is NFTs, because of how you can do royalties, how you can do contracts in a way that has never been done. So we are now diving head in first, and we're already getting a lot of people getting excited about what we're doing with this. I don't know, but like Berg, you want to say a couple of words about it, but you know, like having—
No, I mean, I always like to, my philosophy in my business, I don't like to read the book. I like to write the book. We're writing the book in the jewelry industry on the NFTs. So this is going to be an amazing explosion for our company moving forward. I really, 100%.
Yeah. So this is the other one to just show you guys a little bit of what's going on in this space, right? For those of you that don't know, most of you should probably know this, but if you don't know, you need to know. And there is no faster moving industry in the entire world right now. And most people don't even know it still, because it's exploding so quickly. You know, many projects are exploding, and celebrities are literally dropping everything. People from the largest tech companies in the world are quitting what they're doing. They're either joining a division that is either blockchain and NFT related, you know, some of the different crypto digital assets and stuff like that, or they're quitting and starting their own projects because of what's happening. It reminds us of a more explosive .com bubble with what's happening right now in the entire space. So I just want to show you guys a quick analogy of what's happening. There's a company called OpenSea, which is a company that does NFTs, and they are the platform. Okay, so a few months ago, they were doing about $80 billion in volume. Okay, $80 billion in volume. Okay, they really just taken off in the last like 8 to 10 months. And they take a percentage off each one of these different transactions that happens. What's interesting about this space, and why we're going to be implementing some really cool stuff into this thing, is that you have a project just like this Bored Ape Yacht Club. Okay, so this project currently has a $2.2 billion market cap, and they just had a potential valuation by Andreessen Horowitz, which is, if you guys know, is one of the most prominent tech investors in the entire world. Almost anything he touches, everyone else wants to get into. They're putting the valuation of this company that has started in less than 1 year at over $5 billion valuation. Okay, so things are happening so quickly and so fast. It reminds me of exponential technologies and how fast these are happening. And this is what's happening. This is why we want to move so quickly, and why we're looking for an investment, so that we could quickly tap into the space. Like, we've already started. This is not something we're going to work on. We've already started. We're going to be doing our own NFT launch on OpenSea, maybe a couple other platforms. And we're now working together with a few developers that are deep into the space. We've done a lot of things in this space to develop our own potential NFT platform for jewelry and high-end watches. So just like they were doing, 5% of 80 billion in a year, they were basically making over $4 billion just in transaction fees by itself. We want to do something similar for a specific niche with a new protocol that we are creating. So, you know, like, it's very exciting. It's kind of like the gold rush and everything like that. And we're looking with a proper investment. We're ready to revolutionize the space and do something that other people haven't done. And we do have a track record to show that we've been able to do things like this in the past. Okay, so, and also you're wondering, who are these guys? Okay, who are they? What have they done? So we work with some of the biggest companies in the world, including Huawei, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Maserati, high-level politicians, okay, in intelligence, Mountain Dew, Cisco, Cheetos. So, you know, we've done so much of this that we know what's happening in the future. We tend to be futurists, and we know that obviously Bergio also has been very future intensive when it comes to the business world, the public sector, and the jewelry. And then us ourselves, we know the technology side, the blockchain side, the NFTs and everything like that. We're heavy in that space. So that's why it's a perfect opportunity. And we're going to bring these two different worlds of technology and jewelry and completely revolutionize it. At some point in time, we're certain that companies, some of the largest companies in the world, are going to want to acquire us. Okay, so you want to talk about the market cap and stuff like that of the jewelry industry, Burst, to show you how big this really is and everything?
I mean, the total global jewelry market was valued at $228 billion. And in 2026, the global forecast is to be about $307 billion. So, and by us adding the digital side of it, which let me explain something about jewelry industry, which I'm very knowledgeable about. They're all stuck in the Stone Ages. To get a company like Bergio that's looking into the future, into the digital side of it, into the NFTs, into this, it's non-existent in the jewelry industry. So us coming on board with the jewelry knowledge and adding the tech side to it, it makes us very unique to be looked at. So and we are moving forward. We're doing a lot of things and to become where we're supposed to be. So that's what I see the future in this.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. So a little bit of our expansion. Obviously, you saw there was like the NFT stuff. We're going to be growing our Amazon. You know, we have Brandon now aggressively going after a new marketplace after we've added jewelry, because just be mindful, jewelry was just added and has some of the highest profit margins. We really only have one competitor, and that competitor has a huge chunk of the market. We came in with better prices, better quality products, faster processing times, and an amazing team behind it. So like what we're offering, like from both Aphrodite's and the side of Gear Bubble, is stuff that people haven't seen. And now with our margins so much higher, it makes us so competitive. It's hard for people to compete against us while we have very high lifetime values. So
okay,
I
want to add one more thing about the jewelry side, Jonathan. We also looking to launch the Bergio Bridal, which is a fine jewelry line that's going to be launched. We have a couple of competition online, which is James Allen. We have Blue Nile, and then we have Brilliant Earth. Brilliant Earth just went public about 8 months ago, and they raised $285 million. I mean, it's and they don't even have a vertical. They're not vertically integrated. They buy from.
How much was it that they raised in the public offering?
I think 285 million, something like that, or 185.
It was like 100. Sure. I think it was like 100 or 120 million dollars raised in the.
You sure? Okay, I thought it was more. All right, it's still over $100 million. Yeah. And then none of them have any. They're not vertically integrated. They buy from other manufacturers. They just sell. So now with us, with the team that we have, and launching the Bergio Bridal, that should be by itself, or the Bergio Fine Jewelry, that should be by itself, in addition to the revenue and the bottom line. Also, we're looking to uplist the company. That's what we're working on right now, to uplist it to NASDAQ and to raise funds so we can take it to the next level.
Yeah, and that's like been a strategy of ours, to be able to get into the next level. And then having a investor come in at this time is literally prime time. You know what I mean? Like before we basically make these next moves and get onto the NASDAQ, right? So yeah, guys, so we're excited about it. We have a lot of amplification. Everything is getting into the role very well, and we're looking for an investment. And we have, first of all, we've had exits in the past, so we've been very successful. We're not new to this game. We've already been doing this. And now that we're bringing all these merging technologies, all these masterminds together, we have a higher chance of success. And we would love for any of you guys to be part of what we want to do here. And it would be amazing. Berg, any words?
Yeah, one more thing too. I mean, to be public for 13 years on the OTC market, it's hard to survive it. And we survived it for 13 years. I survived for 13 years, fully reporting. We haven't missed a filing. And now with the addition of Affidavits last year and Gear Bubble, it made Bergio into it took it to a different level. So we very much our reputation is very well known on the public side. We are very well respected. They know that we follow whatever we say, and we see the future very bright. And I think another year, I think Bergio within 6 months to a year will be a different company. I think the valuation depends on the NFT, can go crazy.
Yep, yep. And in general scope, with what we're doing with Amazon and everything's gonna be great.
Yes.
So we would love to have a call with you. If you have any questions whatsoever, you want to learn about like these new technologies that are coming out, call us. And we'd love to partner with you. We're gonna make you guys some money. So, give us a call. Let's see how we can make it happen. And we greatly appreciate it, everybody.
Thank you so much for listening to our our company and to understand where we're going.
Yep. And here's the emails right here, Bergio@bergio.com or Melissa@Aphrodite.com. Okay, everybody. So have a great one, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.